But with that said, today I'm going to share with you another special training that's going to help you become an actual pioneer, really navigate your business. What I want to talk about today is actually something that's going to really help you become an industry player and take your team to that next level. And it's actually really talking about the power of duplication. In this business, you can work hard or you can work smart. Again, I want to talk about how you can work hard or you could work smart. And the reason why I want to share this with you guys today is because everything you've ever thought of or you're going to do, just remember your upline has already gone through it. Everything you thought of, they've already probably thought of. Everything you did, everything you want to do, your upline probably already did and already knows the answer and the results. But in this business, when I talk about working smart versus working hard, here is the example. In life, there are three types of people, especially in business, okay? There's three types of people. There are stupid people. Unfortunately, that's something that you can't change. Now, what I mean by stupid people is they make a mistake and they make that mistake over and over and over and over again. And that's why you're called stupid. Because when you make a mistake, it has to be a learning experience that makes you better. Now, the second type of people are the smart people. You see, smart people, they'll make a mistake, they'll realize they make a mistake, they'll accept that they made a mistake, and they won't do it again. And then the third type are the geniuses. The genius will look at the stupid person and they'll look at the smart person, learn from their mistakes, and they'll never do it again. They'll never make the mistake. So you have the option of being a stupid, a smart, or a genius. The choice is yours. And in order to be a genius in this business, it's all about being coachable, right? Here's the difference between coachable. If you're coachable, your attitude is authentic, you're willing to be vulnerable, you're willing to be honest, you're willing to listen more than you talk, you're willing to learn, you're willing to work harder than others, and you're committed to the plan. That is how you grow. That's a growth mindset. Now let's look at the uncoachable people. You have pride. You're not willing to listen, and you're saying that you're the right answer. You're guarded. You don't want to listen again. You're defensive. Again, you're not listening. Hears but doesn't listen. Listens to make an answer, not listening to learn. Uninterested, lacks effort, and only interested in the things they like. That's called a fixed mindset. Now, I won't ask you, but ask yourself, what are you today? And you have to be honest to this. Because if you're not coachable, you're never going to learn, right? One thing I recommend the most is becoming a sponge and seeking the knowledge, right? We have a book called The Millionaire Training, in Malaysia, Singapore, there's all these books locally that's going to help you grow. Be open to learning and be open to not being correct. And that's okay. Okay. What coachability actually does for your business is if you're coachable, that's going to duplicate in your business as well. It's going to create a powerful culture of duplication. It's a part of the duplication process. Coachability is the foundation to becoming a director, a team leader, a national director. There is no reason to reinvent the wheel. Again, everything that you thought of, everything you're going to do, everything you're going to go through, everything that happened or is going to happen to you probably already happened to your upline. So you want to be the genius and learn from them. Okay. To get as many people presenting in the business with a simple formula. Again, this is not about how good you talk. It's not about how good you look. To a certain extent, it is because the skincare, but it's about duplicating yourself as fast as possible and getting everybody to be presenting because it's all about exposures and the percentages of those exposures that become the yes. Okay. Organizational congruency is the key to building a team. Remember, it's not about what you know, it's more about how fast you can duplicate yourself, right? It's not about what's the right thing to do, pick what you're going to do and everybody sing the same song. Like there's no one famous song, right? Pick your song and everybody sing to the same song. It doesn't matter if you like the song or not. It's all about everybody singing the same song so it duplicates as fast as possible. No shame in the game. Do not be shameful. All in. You are in the beauty business. We are in the K beauty business. In order to build a successful organization, you must be able to create the buy-in. Always be coachable. ABC. All right, guys? Now, in the process of duplication, guys, this is a process. It is not a let me grab the wheel and do what I think is best. I have great ideas. No, your ideas are not needed here. What's needed here is a learning attitude to do the monkey see, monkey do. So in the beginning, here's the good news. You don't have to be good. Actually, you got to be bad before you can get good. Okay. So in the beginning, your job is not to be a presenter or close or convince anybody. Your job is only to invite and take notes and learn. Again, your job is to invite and just watch. So in the beginning, this is why we pull out a list. And remember, my last week presentation, I talked about the person with the biggest list is going to get the most people, the most guests. The most guests that goes to that event, you're going to get the most yeses by process of law of averages. It's just math, guys, just averages, okay? So in the beginning, when you bring out your guest, your job is just to be quiet. Your team leader is going to do the opening, talk to them, present to them, and close them. They're doing all the work. Your job is just to watch. Week 2, maybe at this point, because you've watched enough times, your team leader will tell you to invite them and open them up. Opening is easy, right? All you say is, hey, I want to introduce you to my team leader. He's extremely successful. Why don't you tell your story and tell him about yourself? That's it. And in doing so, like I said in my last training, just by listening and getting them to talk, you're going to open them up. You're going to learn about them. You're going to know what they want, right? Week 3, your upline will probably tell you to do the presentation, right? Do the demonstration, do everything and close, right? Now, week 3, what's going to happen is he's going to be the one to do the opening, help you do the invitation, do the three-way call, and help you. He's going to give you more of the load, more of the work. Why? Because he knows you've watched it long enough to be able to do it. But guess what? The more and more you do it, the better and better you become, right? And week 4, what happens? The upline is going to watch you do everything. If you're willing to go through this process with your team leader, you will be unstoppable. Duplication is the journey from dependence to independence. If you do this many, many times over and over and over and over and over again, guess what's going to happen? You're just going to have more money and more time on your hands. All right. So this is how financial freedom really works. In anything you do, your time investment is required. And in our business, more than investing thousands, hundreds, and thousands of dollars to become a business owner, what we require here is your time investment. If you don't invest your time, you will not get rich. But how it really works is you work, 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 check. Work, work, check, work, check. And then work, check, 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 check. Why? Because it's the natural process of growth. In the beginning, you're probably going to invest 100% of your time. You're not going to see much. Why? Because you're not that good. You're going to fail in the beginning. You're going to get more no's than you do get the yeses. But that's completely normal. Nobody is born a successful entrepreneur, and by the time they're 5 years old, they're a millionaire. It just doesn't happen, right? You go through a learning curve and growth and experience, right? Over time, you're going to invest 50% of your time, but you're going to have 50% of the money. By the time you hit national director, you might be able to invest 0% of your time and collect 100% of the gains and the income. This is why your time investment of duplication is by far the most important thing. And this is where working smart versus working hard comes in. All right. So why do you need a DMO? So what is actually a DMO? A DMO is actually called a daily method of operation. That is the time you invest your time in your money making time. Many times, new planners that get excited, they typically go from attending an event, getting on a Zoom, and they attack with all their strength and their might, all their might for maybe about a week, maybe even 2 weeks. Then they get tired and burnt out and they get distracted and stop doing what was working and hope that something works out and it's going to duplicate. This plan will never work since you're not building any momentum or consistency. How many times have you seen somebody excited and maybe in 2, 3 months you never hear from them again? It's because they don't have a daily method of operation. Remember, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, right? Remember this, guys. It doesn't matter if you're full time, part time, or even spare time. Just understand you have 24 hours in a day. You know, Warren Buffett, what's his name? Jeff Bezos. These guys weren't given 30 hours in a day, and that's why they're rich. No, they learned to work smart. You have 8 hours in a day to do your job, 8 hours in a day to get your sleep and rest, and 8 hours in a day to do what you want to do. If you're willing to allocate your time and use your time wisely, you can duplicate yourself, but you must find a daily method of operation. So, golden rule, measurable progress in reasonable time. Whether it's the 24-hour game plan, getting a result for your brand new person, getting them a customer, remember, measurable results. I talked about the 888 24 hours, right? 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of your time. Once you create a DMO for your direct selling business, you will never, ever worry about being successful or not. Why? This is where time investment comes in and the law of averages work in your favor. If you're spending money on money making activities, you'll never have to worry about money again. DMO is your routine daily in the business. Focus on activity, not only the results. Activity in getting on the Zooms, getting on the orientation, going to an event, scheduling your K pop up. Focus on getting good. Okay. Your time investment. People who are interested in your products or opportunity or existing customers or team planners. I just gave you the answer. You focus on these two activities, you will become wealthy beyond your wildest imagination. It won't happen tomorrow. It won't happen next month. But in the next short few months, you will get measurable results where you earn, you learn, you earn, and learn some more, and earn some more, and you grow. If you're persistent, you will get it. And if you're consistent, you will keep it. If you're persistent, you will get it. If you're consistent, you will keep the residual income, guys. All right. The power of mutual edification, guys. This is by far one of the most compelling and important business building tools that you will ever learn. But remember, when I tell you this, don't buy into it and become a moron. Don't become a jerk. Okay. The power of mutual edification, right? We edify our uplines, right? I'm going to explain why. My best friend today that I've known since I was in fourth grade, he doesn't call me National Director, Multimillionaire, Mr. Christopher Kim. I respect you. I will kiss the floor you walk on, and I will throw rose petals at your feet. My best friend from fourth grade doesn't do that. He says, "Hey, Chris, how are you? Want to go get a beer? Hey, Chris, your hat looks ugly. I hate the Dodgers." That's my fourth grade friend, right? So what that means is in between my best friend and me, there is something called trust. Me and my friend have trust, right? But he doesn't respect me. He trusts me, but he does not respect me, right? That's fair to say, right? Because he knows me as the fourth grade friend, Christopher Kim, right? But guess what happens? When I edify my business partner, Mr. Timothy Herr, he's my mentor, he's my brother, he's my business partner today. He helped me make $35 million. Then my friend from fourth grade will show some respect to my friend Tim. So now there's trust and respect that is established if you use edification. But the golden rule, do not buy into the edification because it's only a tool. Stay humble. When you use edification because trust and respect is met, that's when trust and respect works in your favor and the mind is opened and they are willing to listen. So it creates open-mindedness, the willingness to listen, and it promotes collaboration and shows teamwork. The core of what gives edification the power, it is that is done by someone else on your behalf. It is done by somebody else on your behalf. So trust, respect equals open-mindedness. It enhances your team dynamics and it propels the team forward. It creates a duplication of respect, trust, and open-mindedness. All right. Always start your presentation with right now. I'm going to give you enough information to make an educated decision if Remon can help change you and your family's financial future. With you taking up your time, and of course, me taking up my time, when we're all finished today, just give me a simple yes or a no. Obviously, remember, obviously, because you and I both know that saying maybe or let me think about it is just a nice way of saying no. Is that fair with you? Look at them dead in the eye, shake their hand, and make a touch. Let me explain why this is so important. Me doing this for 17, 18 years, I've heard everything in the book. Let me think about it. I got to talk to my husband. I got to talk to my wife. Let me do some research. Let me check my bank account. I've heard it all. But here's the best thing. If you take the maybe and the no out of the picture in the beginning, it's going to be very hard for them to say no to you. This means don't give me excuses. And you will be very, very efficient with your time. You'll learn a lot of things. You'll learn about body language, behavior, facial expression. You're going to learn so much, guys. Get excited for the ride. All right. So, what is it that we do in the process of duplication? Remember, I said team with the most presenters is going to make the most money. So, in the beginning, stage one, your job is to open up your prospect. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Be quiet. Listen. Listen more than you talk. It's the discovery phase. Family, occupation, recreation. Ask a lot of questions, relate to them. And this is where you get ready for the close. This is where you say, hey, man, I've heard it all. If it's going to be a no, just say so. No hard feelings. Just tell me so. You start with that. And then you go into the presentation, whether it's a Zoom, your upline, have an application ready, fill it out for them, and they're going to be 100% committed. If you follow this formula more times than not, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get more no's, but which is completely normal. But those 2, 3 people that tell you yes, guess what? They're going to have another 100, 200 brand new warm market list to share with you, right? So even if you get 2, 3 people, you're going to have 400, 500 contacts, brand new people to talk to. That's the point. But remember this, I'm going to say this again. Being rich and wealthy and successful is not for everybody. And there's going to be more unsuccessful people than successful people. So the people that tell you yes, those are the people that probably might have a greater chance of being successful with you. All right. So remember, this is the duplication process of creating momentum, right? We do the presentations, the one-on-one meetings, social media, K-pop-up. We do the launch. Last week, I talked about a 24-hour game plan. Get the results, right? Within 1 to 3 days, the launch and the results, they go hand in hand. Within 1 to 5 days, you start an event, a Zoom event, orientation, presentation, K-pop-up. When you do this, your new planner will have a paradigm shift. They will have a new understanding of the business. The light bulb turns on. Aha moment. Oh, I get it. I understand, right? What you want to do, go manager, promote, 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 unlock the ranks. get your people paid, and in the next 15, 30 days, they will be a leader. Their mind will be starting to develop, the mindset, skill set, they're more committed, right? So there's 3 stages of actually creating momentum, right? So this is how you create momentum. You advance the momentum. That starts at the paradigm shift. And when they start promoting to manager and higher, and they start the leadership development of duplication, that's where you sustain momentum, right? And you create a profit creating business month after month, year after year, month over month, right? And that's how you create what? Residual income. All right. So here's what I want to tell you in closing: your commitment to duplication, guys. Let's take a look at the #1 franchise in the world, McDonald's. #2 is Wendy. #3 is Burger King. But look at the difference between first place and second place. It is leaps and bounds. Why is that? Is it safe to say you or I can make a much more healthier hamburger than McDonald's? Yeah. Is it safe to say we could probably make a more delicious hamburger than McDonald's? Probably yes. Can we make it more gourmet with luxury ingredients? Yes, we can. But you missed the point. McDonald's did not focus on that. They focused on efficiency, speed, and comfortability. In Malaysia, they do not have Malaysian style Big Mac. In Thailand, they don't have Pad See Ew Big Mac. And in Korea, they don't have the kimchi Big Mac. No. Everywhere in the world, wherever you order a Big Mac, it tastes the same. You order a quarter pounder with cheese, it tastes the same. You order the same French fries, it tastes the same. When you're leaving this McDonald's and running away, the next McDonald's is only getting closer to you. What did they focus on? Duplication and speed. And this is why they became the biggest. It's not necessarily the best burger.